Chapter 9. There are at least 3 stages of memory, including a sensory buffer that stores information for a second or so, short-term memory, and long-term memory. If the sensory information is enclosed so that we can make sense of it, it may be transferred to short-term memory, which is also called working memory because we can constantly use that information. Without rehearsal, we retain information in short-term memory for only a few seconds, but with the constant repetition and rehearsal, the information can be retained for several minutes and consolidated into long-term memory. Epigenetists memorized nonsense syllables to study the phenomena that information in long-term memory fades exponentially, meaning the greatest proportion of loss happens first. After hearing or reading the first items on a list, people usually display a serial proportion curve in their recall of items, remembering the beginning of the list better than the middle. The improved recall of the beginning of the list is called primary effect, and through the reflect greater consolidation into long-term memory, while improved recall for the end of the list is called recent effect, and though it is reflected on the most recent presentations of the item and therefore reduced to risk of fading to short-term memory. To store information in long-term memory efficiently, it must go through consolidation, which we can improve by consolidating, which we can do by chunking information or organizing it in a hierarchical fashion. For most people, short-term memory can faithfully retain only 7 or so items at once, or encoding strategies allow us to fold more information of those 7 or so slots in short-term memory. In contrast, the capability of long-term memory is so enormous that no one has been able to determine its limits.